Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Capsule Cast. This week we are at playoffs round two, or
Yes.
I guess we're in the round 2 and 3 technically for the first bracket.
Week one of
Week-
preliminaries.
Yes,
Yeah.
God, thank you. This week I am your host Anthony with my co-host Destiny.
Hello.
The first special guest this week we have the coach of Cold Kingdom, Xmat.
Hello.
And we have my favorite coach in the league because he just helped me right now, the coach of GT, Zal.
Hello.
Oh, how are you guys doing tonight? Oh my gosh.
I'm doing pretty well. Pretty good.
I'm doing quite good. I'm getting ready for real life stuff, and about to have a good ass time doing some capsule cast. Haven't done this in like 2 years.
Let's go. If you're listening to this, go outside, touch grass. We love it. And comment. All right, guys. Are we ready to start this thing off then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. In this first match, we got ED versus the illustrious RW. This one went to 2 rounds because in the first round, RW, or did I say, well, 2 matches, 3 rounds, yeah. In the first match, RW destroyed ED, an upset victory. Early Goku showing why he is that guy, in my opinion. And then Vegeta basically did the rest. Majin did some good stuff too, but it was mostly the Goku shows. And ED didn't stand a chance against the might of a Vegeta and a Goku working together, as one can expect. Xmat, what do you think of these two teams? I don't really get your thoughts on them before. I don't remember. How do you feel about them in playoffs and what's going on?
Right. Okay. Well, for the match, first thing I want to point out very quickly, I think for the first match at the least, Aita came in clutch from what I remember. Because most of the season, Aita's just not been working, but
True.
He came in clutch with 3 or 4 B2s where he just Aita's B2 is really good, right? Having that super explosive wave, having that
Aider rush thing.
The ping, that's it, the ping move is it's really good, right? So, and I don't think his melee is that awful. It's slow, but he can kind of combo the B2s in with it, and he did that really well last season, but this season not.
He's been rough. For sure.
He's been rough. So I think that first match, him actually performing really came in clutch. I was surprised that Marju, but I feel he's not done that well in any of the matches. I think he did decent in round 1, but I think from round 2 he just got destroyed.
He made round 1 presentable. I'll say that.
Yeah, but round 2 he just got destroyed. I don't even know if how much did he even do against Cronin? It was 10k. It was pretty low. He didn't do very well. I think he did bad in round 1 as well. But honestly, I think ED are good. I think they're a strong team, but I think they're gonna have some trouble in the next round maybe. But yeah.
All right. Zhao, what do you think about ED and RW? How did they perform in the playoffs? Obviously, one of them won, but just as an overall vibe, what's the vibe on those two guys? Teams.
Honestly, I was pretty happy for RW this week because even though they didn't win, I felt like they've had a rough season, and as we've seen with a lot of North Kai, and I think that they actually I think it's good when a team gets to at least bring it to a round 3, because I think there's at least some pride to be taken in that you pushed it to the boundary, and you went down fighting and stuff. I think that's pretty good. ED pulling through with honestly less of a dominant performance than I thought it was going to be, which again goes to RW's favor. But
I thought it did too well.
I was definitely expecting a huge upset there, but of course like you were saying, Goku and Vegeta working together, yeah, you get Dragon Ball Super. So
Supervised. Big Vegito? Yeah. I just literally said Vegeta's name. Vegito vibe. It's gonna be one of those, guys. It's gonna be one of those episodes.
Man.
I have a follow-up question for you guys. Going forward, as we know, RW's been eliminated from the playoffs. They are the team with probably the most options in terms of pickups and loans and such like that. What do you think their team might look like going forward? Any drops this season, or are they gonna stay relatively the same, you think? Obviously, this is super early predictions.
Pretty sure 18 is going to be staying.
Yeah, 18. You don't think they're gonna give her out again?
I think they'll try and get her out again, personally. But
I don't think so.
I don't think they like 18, but could be wrong. I don't want to put words in people's mouth. I feel like it might. I don't think this will happen, but like maybe they'll drop Yajirobe for. Cause they can pick up Chaozu, right?
They can pick up Chaozu. They can pick up
Yeah.
Roshi.
I could see that. Like I
They can
feel
pick
like
up
Yaj
Nom.
is just. It's one of those characters where I don't know. He could easily be dropped at any time, right? So wouldn't surprise me. Otherwise, I think it's just going to be the same. I mean, Marju and Vegeta, I just don't see going anywhere. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely think Majin and Vegeta are going to stay exactly where they are. I think they're kind of like, I guess, pillars of the team.
Nowadays,
the rest of them, though, I can see some switch up happening for maybe even two characters this season, because we've seen that before between loans and trades, where two characters go. Two characters come and two characters go. And I think, I don't know, RW is such an expansive master list. They definitely could be one of those teams that can take advantage of that. Something that no other team can do.
Yeah, these two teams that fought can loan, actually. RW can give early Goku to ED, and ED can give half the roster to RW. So
God.
Who knows? Some might come up there. Who knows?
You never know.
All right. Destiny, do you have any thoughts on this match or these two teams going forward?
No, I'm just gonna say for RW, you may have been knocked out, but hey, that means you get the test earlier than some other people. You get to test a couple of characters you might want to pick up in ED. I think a lot of people want this, but I'm pretty sure people just want them to get far. Or at least farther than they do most of the time, which is like semifinals.
Yeah. I mean, they'd be new champions, I'm pretty sure, so that'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody loves testing, though, so I don't know. Who knows? I would talk about the future of ED, but I feel like we're going to get to that in the predictions portion. So, are we ready to move on to the next match? I know Zal is. Zal's excited.
Oh, yeah. Zal is ecstatic.
He's biting his fingers, ready to go.
I'm rolling over in my grave right now.
A grave with an M on the forehead.
All right. Well, let's go to this next match. Right now, we have the Royals versus GT. This was the Isekai match. Now, I can go over it, Zal, or maybe you would like to, since it's more fresh on your brain.
No, you can go for it, man.
All right, with as little pain as possible. This was a big reflection of 2020, in my opinion. Back in the day, when Royals used to be lovingly called in the Discord Majin Vegeta and friends. Basically, what would happen, and what would happen in this match too, Majin Vegeta will go elite, and another character would do pretty good. That character being Metacooler, he did around 53k, while everybody else just kind of hung out, did their part. The two Namekians did. From GT's perspective, the only guy to really do much was Vegeta. He did around 60k.
Sin was having a good start.
Yeah, but when the ball gets rolling that bad, especially when Goku comes in and he gets fried basically, only doing around like less than 10k. It's rough. It's a rough comeback to have. Not impossible, but very rough. And also a lot of those SSJ4 Vegeta had a savior on, and a lot of his ults for some reason or another either missed or just got dodged. Like just a lot of unlucky stuff happening there. So, before I go too crazy on it, let's get the team perspective. Let's get GT's coach talking about it. Zal, what was happening in your head during that match after? What was going on? Give us a breakdown.
So, kind of the plan for the week was just that. The big hope was that they would start Meta Cooler. That's why we specifically put Sin out.
Yeah.
But obviously that didn't happen. Although I was not disappointed with Sin's performance against Tambourine.
Oh, he didn't do bad against Tambourine. No.
Especially considering, defense 2 against attack 2, there's kind of a disadvantage there, and he did pretty well. I was happy with Sin. Obviously, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta pulled his weight, as he has been doing. I guess the big, Majin Vegeta happened. He just decided he's built different, and he said, bye, and that was it. Goku, I think, lasted like 20 seconds or something. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
He lasted so long. He lasted so little. His max power mode from when he came in with his savior didn't even run out halfway before he died.
It's just Majin Vegeta's ability to stay in max power mode for a good amount of time while on Super Plus 2. It's just tough, His 2-bar is so nice because even with the charge penalty, he's always going to probably get around 2 bars of passive. So once he gets on that kind of roll, it's hard to deny him.
Yeah. I will say for GT, it was we were a little bit bummed out about it, but overall we were kind of all really excited to get onto testing, of course, because like you were saying earlier, everyone's got the testing bug this time of year. And also seeing something that was like frankly really cool. Like I know it was against my own team, but Majin Vegeta doing that was something I had never seen before, at least live. And seeing it live was kind of crazy. And I'm definitely not ever going to forget that. Like, that was really cool to watch live, at least.
You'll always remember where you were when Majin Vegeta and
Majin Vegeta. Well, Xmat, tell us where your head was when all this happened.
Well, so, okay. Obviously, this is, like, deciding who's going to go against me. So I was kind of watching with intrigue in the first place anyway. When I see Majin Vegeta just decide to rock up and just kill some people just for the fun of it. Yeah, no, that's scary. That is very scary. But like, I don't know. I think GT had some rough matchups. Like even with like Majin Vegeta going against Goku, I think that was obviously horrible. But like later on, to even try and pull it back, Grandpa Gohan on like a defense spam build against Meta Cooler in your face.
It just wasn't.
It's kind of like rough, really. You can't really do much against that. But I think it's a shame, really, because I didn't think it was going to be this much of a blowout, especially because what happened in the main season. Because you guys beat Royals, right, Zal? So.
Yes.
It was a big shock when it was this much of a blowout, but I guess Margin GG is going to do what Margin GG is going to do.
Gotta have that match in him,
Yeah. I think Sin. Yeah, I remember Sin did really well, and then obviously Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta did really well. How much did Baby do? Because
not much.
Not much.
He tagged. Kind of just blown up by. Was he blown up by Margin Vegeta as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he got Majin too.
He was the sacrifice. That was it.
Yeah, one of the two.
It's unlucky. It's unlucky. Really, this might sound cracked, but like, I feel like if a grandpa, you're gonna hate me for saying this. I feel like if Grandpa Gohan went up against Majin Vegeta and then
Beat 'em.
Baby went against Meta, that would have been better.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's
I
cracked for
disagree.
saying it's cracked. I know, but like,
Listen. It's just the type of world we live in, all right? So,
We didn't choose
yeah.
to be here. Grandpa Gohan chose to be here. It's his world, and we're just living in it, man.
Oh my god. I am scared for Royals, but we'll get into that later. It's scary, but yeah.
yeah. We'll talk about those guys in more depth a little later. Destiny, how you feeling about these two teams? How'd you feel about their performance in playoffs so far?
You know, I don't remember much of GT's performance because I don't remember much of GPG being in this match. Sorry, Zal, but like, it's true.
Dang.
No, it's facts. That's
At least he
facts.
said it in front of the coach, you know.
All I remember from this match is Majin Vegeta has some anger he needs to put out, and he's coming back for his crown.
Yeah.
We'll see if he can get it. Before I move on, yeah,
Really quick, I do want to point out it's ironic that I titled this week's match for us. Oh my God, it hurts so much.
Oh no.
That was the title for my builds this week. So, you know, it was fitting.
That might be the title of the episode.
You just predicted the future.
Yeah. Shoot. I remember now. Before we move on, since we have GT's coach here, I do have a question. What do you think the future of GT is? Nah, don't spoil anything if you don't want to. But just like any loans, any drops. I don't know what's in your head going forward with the direction you want to take the team.
Possible form changes. Looking into. I made a suggestion to the staff recently about something I think would be cool for GT. Obviously, with the Patara changes that have been announced league-wide, there's going to be some benefits for some of our characters.
Yeah.
Specifically, you'll notice already that we've begun testing Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
Yeah, he's in the. I see it in the docket. Yeah.
Yeah, and other than that, though, there's some loans up in the air right now. I'm waiting on people to approach me and for my team to give me a definitive answer on what they want. And but everything, of course, is still very beta stage.
Understood. All right. Did we all get our thoughts on this match out? All right, boys. I am ready to move on to match 3, where we have Rugrats versus Team Derp. This was the West Kai match, and it was, I think, a lot closer than people were gonna assume it would be. Early on, Hercule versus Goten, pretty even. Both of them tagging, so not a crazy lead or anything. After that, it was Kui versus Goten. Kui talk about that guy. But in overall, I guess, everybody on Rugrats did their job. Everybody. Even the person who did the worst, which was Frieza, but that's not really his fault. That was more of it's not much. 32K. And on Derp, everybody except Hercule did their job. Hercule only did like 17K. For some reason, I totally forgot he only did 17K. Maybe my mind, I just thought, Hercule, there's no way he can do less than 20K. He has Present Bomb. And I guess he just didn't. That's great.
How much did Kui do then?
Oh, Kui did 34.
Oh, okay, so he did. Yeah, he didn't do great, but he did. I don't think so.
Hercule did do a Present Bomb. Guess where Goten was?
Oh yeah.
Oh god,
yeah.
Oh man, this match. Thanks for reminding me about that. But no, everybody else on both sides pretty much did 40 and above, which is nuts to think about. But there were a lot of tags, and this was a competitive match. It was only 2 bars because there were 2 characters with the bar on Rugrats side, and Salza was the last one. So, you know, especially with Aurelie going hard, like 70k is nuts. She hit an ult. She did a bunch of nasty spam and melee stuff. Let's start with Destiny. These guys, you know, I feel like, is it next season? Aren't you playing with Rugrats next season?
Yes.
How you feel about these guys?
Little tiny children with tiny hitboxes and really annoying B2s.
Yeah.
I think we all feel that. I know what you're saying, Destiny. We all feel
Tiny
that.
children, tiny hitboxes.
Hitboxes. I feel that.
Also, the fact their Frieza form has worked while ours didn't in the previous season, it makes me
Oh
a
god.
little sad.
Hey, I could tell you that the other option that isn't final 100%, that didn't work either. So, you know, there you go.
Oh, you mean Golden Frieza? Yeah, that guy's garbage.
Actually, that's for Mecha Frieza. Oh my god.
They're all the same. One Frieza's the same as the
Wow.
other. And it's all
Friezas?
Friezas, bro.
Jesus.
That's my new name.
It is.
Jesus.
Xmat, I feel like you, for some reason, I don't know why, could just be my imagination. I feel like you're friends with the coach on one of these teams.
I think I am. I like to think
I
I
think
am.
so.
Maybe. Maybe not after this. After one.
Oh,
No, I'm joking. Right. No, I genuinely like. I think Rugrats are like really scary. Like, I think Derp, they had to bring over like big tag game to like sort of keep in the match. And Jesus, that Aurelie, like, it feels like Aurelie's going back to 2020, like when she was, for me at least, peak sort of scary. At least in this new iteration of the league, anyway. And it's just like constant use of B2s, ults, like obviously the heavy melee that she just has anyway, that's ridiculous. And then you've got Kid Trunks who can just go ult goes bruh and just destroy like entire teams with it. And they seem to have figured out Cell Jr. a little bit, so
Yeah, he's not.
you can't bash him anymore. Yeah.
I could still bash him. You know, he's not the worst, I guess. He's not the worst.
And you know, they do have a bit the spice that is Freezer on top. So it's just, you know, the team's like, it's pretty cracked. Well, I will say though that they put up a good fight, especially with the tag game and with Herc actually not doing anything. I really thought that Herc start was going to work. I genuinely thought it was going to be like scary because
I thought so too. I was ready for the disgusting. I wanted it to be like Majin Vegeta versus GT Goku. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
I think the only thing that could have worked here, and I think I remember talking to Derp Coach Fiora about it a little bit, but they didn't want to do it. But I feel like Solza at the start could have worked, maybe, and then Hurt comes in and then goes up against. But if he goes up against Aurelie, he probably loses anyway. So
yeah, that would.
It's one of those. It's rough. It's rough.
Yeah,
it's rough.
Yeah. Zal, I'm actually really interested in your opinions on these teams. I don't think we've got it on record, so let's get this on record. How do you feel about Derp and Rugrats?
On the record, I hate the Rugrats. I think they're trash, and I think that their coach is trash too.
He's gonna listen to this.
I know. That's why I said it. No, I'm playing. I love my buddy Tosh, and I do really like the Rugrats. I wasn't really rooting for anyone in this match because personally, I think both these teams are really fun, and I like both the peeps on these teams. So I didn't really have a preference, but I was really glad that it was a close match because, well, I was glad that it was a close match for the reason of Derp's tag game. I think that that's such an interesting way for like a match to get close nowadays in the league, especially when there's so many like, you know, all spammers and stuff like that is like kind of the tech we use nowadays. And
big damage numbers go burr. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it was really cool like seeing that because I think we haven't seen that this season. Now, mind you, we might have seen a tag game like that. It's been 15 weeks, but I feel like that was one of the more memorable tag performances we've ever seen.
Apart
And,
from the next one. Apart from the
I
next
think
one.
one beats it. One beats it, but we'll get to that one.
Oh right, yes. But then on Rugrats' end, of course, I want Cell Jr. to be bad because I like making fun of him, but he appears to be very, very stable.
Yeah, that is the word.
Frieza,
Stable.
he's stable. Frieza, I wish still did Death Beam spam like that one week, but oh well, it'll be a fond memory. And
Hey, maybe
yeah,
against our next opponents, who knows?
hopefully. And of course, Aurelie, maintaining her title as Demon Child. Yeah, it was a really great match, though. I loved it. I thought it was maybe my second favorite of the night.
Hey,
I know what my favorite is already, but yeah.
I agree. Out of all of them, this is probably my second favorite. I will, before we move on, let's give Derp some love. Anybody can answer if you have an idea. Do you think Derp should change? Not if they're going to, but should they? Like, should they get rid of somebody? I know they've been talking to androids about picking up 19 for Kibito for a season. That might be interesting. Any thoughts? Any characters you think they should look out for?
I may have one, but I can't really talk about it right now.
Oh, keep it hush hush.
Yeah, hush hush. Maybe. We will see.
What about you, Destiny? I heard you piping up a little bit.
Probably Kui.
Kui for a pool? That might be the move. Might be the tech. Okay. Well,
I totally agree with that. The Kui for a pool thing. Give it a shot.
Yeah, why not?
Maybe that's possible. But my hate for a pool overrides it's got to be Kui. Surely it's Kui.
Well, if they pick up a pool, you can pick up Kui as an FA next season. See how good he is.
Oh yeah, but it's Queezum though.
Queezum.
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 I love it.
Oh, if I didn't want Cyberman next season.
Oh, also, really quick, Kui has really cool combos. Like his smash attacks are so cool to look at. I never noticed, but they're so cool.
He's definitely one of the more unique ones. I
love his ult, obviously.
Yes, yeah.
But I love Tao's ult as well, so I'm a sucker for those sorts of ults.
Man. All right. Are we ready for the last and final matches of this first week?
Yes.
I am.
All right. Let's go to match 4 and 5. Match 4. We'll get it right. I'll figure out a nomenclature of this week, which was
South Guy's match round 2 and 3. There you go.
All right, Destiny.
There we go.
My ever present and ever helpful co-host, Destiny. What would I do without you?
He wouldn't say the right things.
And to be fair, Xmat might be the co-host next season for a little bit.
That'd be nice too. Okay, South Cat, round 2 and 3 matches. We have Kaiju versus Sentai. And I'm not gonna lie, guys. All right, round 2 was fine. Even Sentai won. All right, Jiren, monster. Okay, round 3 is where I think DBZ League top 5 this season, maybe top 5 in the playoffs. I don't know.
That was a match to definitely end off the first set of the playoff rounds.
To quickly recap round 2, Jiren, he's that guy, and Jace in the end, he cleaned up. He did his thing. He beat up Bardock, which is no small feat.
Murder's also that guy. Murder, also that guy.
Oh yeah, Birder did good too. There's always one you forget about. Round 3.
It's difficult with 5s.
Round 3, Jiren was almost that guy again.
Well, honestly, let's just call this Tag Central. That's what we're gonna call this league. Something with tags, all right? Because this match, every time, as soon as you think Kaiju is beating up Sentai, tag. As soon as you think Sentai's beating up Kaiju, tag. Freaking everybody's tagging. The world's getting blown up. Jiren's throwing out an ult at the end to do 20,000 against Bardock because that's just the kind of guy he is. Basically kills Bardock.
Yeah, Bardock only had 2 bars to do. He only did one
There was
of
a
them.
beam struggle. There was a beam struggle between Bardock and Jiren. Oh my gosh,
No,
it was too much.
it would have been better if it was an ult struggle.
True,
Oh,
the
that
ult
would've been
would have been nice.
crack.
Real Frieza versus Bardock vibes, you know.
We all know what that
That's basically what it is.
is.
I will not deny though, 2 characters have stood out from Kaiju's side, as they are the winners. Gohan 84,000, Jesus, and Nappa 90,000, Jesus. That's
And guess what? And this
What?
allows me to propagate my propaganda even more.
Oh,
They were both on
God.
Yardra ABI and they both tagged like 2 times.
I will say, having a match where 2 characters did almost 90k and above that's rare unless there's like a lot of tags, which Yajirobe AI does
Yeah.
apparently do, I guess. I don't know.
It's splendidly is what it does. The first thing I want to just get out there now, Nappa, I'm sorry, it's just been so good this season because of the tags. But I don't know if I can't remember what match it was, but there was a match where he came in. I think it was against Androids. Actually. I think it was against you guys. And he came in last.
No, he was out. He was out against us. That's
Was
why
it?
they lost.
I can't remember who it was then. He came in last. And he had no one to tag to, and I think he did like 30k. Nappa, it's the tag game, and it's so good for him. He comes in, he ults, he does a couple of B2s, he tags out, comes back in, ults, does a couple. It's a repetitive cycle, and I love it because it just works.
It's crazy, man. I also like. So I'm so sorry, Derp. I have to remove the tag crown from you guys. I forgot about the insanity of round 3 of this match. Yeah, that was, like you said, top 5. That's crazy. Like, it was insane. Also, God Nappa is my favorite thing happening right now.
Nappa threw out 6 B2s and he hit with 4. Like, everybody was going nuts. Gohan threw out 10 B2s. Like,
Jesus. Yeah, that's insane, man.
I know that like Bardock definitely like it had me scared at the end for Kaiju, and like he got into that beam struggle, and then I was like, oh my god, is he actually gonna like bottle this from this position? Like I genuinely thought he was gonna.
Yeah,
Jiren was playing like both rounds. He was just
out of his mind, dude.
Yeah,
Sentai's gonna be scary next season.
My god, they are, yeah.
Destiny, how do you feel, being Kai mates with Sentai and now having to fight them again in the next Kai? How do you feel about that?
You know I'm Kai mates with both of you. Again.
Oh yeah, Kaiji. You guys are all hanging together. I'm sorry I had to leave you behind.
Oh. That's so rude, bro.
Maybe just win a little less, and then it could have been East Kai's or South Kai all over again.
That would have been ridiculous.
Sorry, pull my hair out again when I go to playoffs.
Oh man. Well, all right.
I didn't even have to say anything yet. Jesus.
Oh my! My bad. I was reminiscing.
If I had to say anything, Sentai did put up a good fight, and Jiren almost made it.
Oh yeah.
Where they beat Kaiju. But I don't think either of these teams will make it too far. If Sentai was still, in. Because,
you think they would have lost against androids?
Yeah, because, I will say androids is a barrier. A good barrier. I may shit on your team, but it is good.
Oh, thank you. Your team is annoying and good. It's annoyingly good. That's how I feel about it.
Annoyingly good. It's annoyingly
Which is a real compliment, honestly. There's not a lot of teams that are that annoyingly good.
I don't know. Imagine Vegeta would have to tell you otherwise.
That he's one of them. But Royals, not as a collective. Him, yes. Your team as a collective.
Well, I guess sometimes you're talking about a character also has an annoyingly good one in Jiren. You know? Because they have someone without a rush ult. That is a big ult.
He's a monster, dude.
But yeah, talking about the match a little bit, I think the two scariest people here for me were of course Jiren, but I'd also have to say Murktao.
Interesting.
And you want to know why?
Really hit or miss. Yeah.
It's because he was just a tagging monster this match.
Sure. He.
A tag facilitator.
If Bardock didn't kill him, who knows? Maybe Jiren would have brought it back.
So, I was talking to one of Sentai's supporters. His name's Andy. We all know him if you're in the Discord. He was showing me something on the new testing calculator. If you join the Discord, you can look at testing calcs. That's real inside baseball. That's for the nerds. If you look, there's the switch gauge. It has a time to recharge. Everyone has a different one, right? Most people's are around 20 to 30 seconds. Guess which one's guess how long Murktow's is. If you had to take a guess.
Is it 15?
It's 12.
Oh my
12 seconds
god.
to recharge.
Oh. He's literally built for
Facilitator
it,
of
man.
tagging.
He is the facilitator of
And I just need to stick him on Yajirobe AI and it'll be good. It'll just tag in, tag out, tag in.
The thing is,
That's what it'll do.
he's back on the FA list. Because
Yeah,
well, whoever gets him, put him on Yajirobe AI and just let him tag.
he's
Immediately.
he is the point guard if you care about basketball. All right. Man, do we have any more thoughts? Oh, I have to ask this about Sentai too. What do we see the future of Sentai, guys? I've been hearing a lot of loan talk. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've been hearing a lot of it. Do we have any thoughts on those guys in the future?
Well, I know they maybe not be very fond of Jiren as the character. I think they're very happy to have Jiren because he is very good.
Who wouldn't
And
be,
I'm pretty
right?
sure they're going to keep Jiren because the only logical loan they have is Jiren for Raccoon, and we definitely know Raccoon is not on the power of this fucking ulting monster. He doesn't even have a max power mode B1 and he ults like it's fucking Frieza.
I'll be that guy.
He does,
I don't
he
know.
does.
Maybe he is. I don't know.
Well, hit wise maybe.
Performance wise, definitely not.
Performance wise, it's like comparing a stone to a boulder.
Yeah, you're fair. You're right.
I know of one possible avenue. Well, two possible avenues they can make a loan. Both times it involves Jace, and either time it comes out with Raccoon or Solza. So I can see that, but the Raccoon one maybe less so because I don't know.
I'd actually say the
talking
Raccoon one more so because I don't remember if Derp is willing to give Solza a lot.
Well,
I mean,
okay, but let's put it this
King
way:
Cole,
the
I mean,
Raccoon one requires Frieza to be given up. So it depends. Do Dirt want to keep Solza or do I want to keep Frieza? So it depends who wants to keep who more. So we'll find out anyway. It's in the air at the moment.
I mean, it is true.
the off season is very long. We have a lot of time.
That's facts. That is
It
facts.
is.
Do we have any more thoughts on these teams? Or are we ready to go on to my favorite part of the week?
But one more thing, they might randomly decide to drop Jace for Ginyu, or like
Oh,
if
yeah,
they're
Or-
really struggling.
Do remember that they have
Or
Sable.
Saleswoman.
Yeah,
That's true.
They have,
Saleswoman's
they have Sable.
That'd be interesting.
To be fair, with what has been revealed, if you can join Discord for that, but with what was revealed before the playoffs that like officially started, you might.
It's possible.
God damn.
Alright.
All right. Ready to move on?
Mhm.
Let's go. All right, and Destiny, compliments to you. I really like the new layout of this slide. It's looking nice. Let's go. I just like how the characters are there. I think it's fun.
It does. It looks really nice, actually, especially like Gohan and Trunks in the bottom left there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do.
And drippy.
All right.
Horrific.
Real trip hours. All right. First up, we have North Kai Muscle versus ED. Now, before we start, I guess I'll give my predictions first. I think Muscle is gonna take round 1, and I think Muscle's gonna take round 1. They're
Yeah.
just a pretty strong team right now. Destiny, you go first. Who do you think?
Well, Muscle beat ED in the divisional, but there's
Mhm.
Boost in the divisional.
And 4 people.
And AD really hasn't been slacking a lot. In the 5-man at least, because like Vegeta's doing well. I think the Gokus are doing at least fine. I'm skeptical on that. But Krillin and Tien are also doing their work. Sometimes Tien's not even needed. I honestly think ED is going to take round 1. Although I'm not surprised if Muscle does.
I was gonna say Enku's been doing well from what I remember. Midku less so.
Mid-Q, I mean, everyone wants an ult, and he hasn't been ulting. Like, what the hell are you gonna do?
Xmat?
Okay. Now I did say earlier it's going to be harder for ED because I do think this is more of a struggle. But I've thought about it more and more throughout the cast, and then I've remembered that Muscle they do have. I think Bojack's like hit and miss for them, but they do have obviously 13 and Trunks, which they can do a lot of lifting. But you've got Raccoon and Garlic, because they're not going to use Devil. They're not.
No,
They
this
just won't.
team's too good
It's
for
the
Devil.
worst team to use it. I mean, if they get through against ED, they can use it against any of the Sky teams.
I
With
mean, technically,
great success,
Devilman is usable against AD. It's just it's only usable against the Super Saiyans, and probably.
But even then, I feel like the Super it's not going to do enough to make it worth it. So I'm going to go with ED. That's my bet.
Okay.
I guess that comes back to me. You know what? I'm gonna vote ED because, well, one, I want them to win. Because, like Destiny had mentioned earlier, ED I think deserves to go to finals after all this time. Well, at least go farther in playoffs than they usually do. For me, I hope they get to finals. And also because, Muscle's been to finals. Muscle doesn't need to advance further in playoffs. They've had their glory in the playoffs. That said, multiple times. That said, they do have a way of making the playoffs and getting to the finals, even when they haven't done that great in the season. So that's the only part that makes me skeptical. But if ED plays like they did last week, I think they've got it.
You could say Muscle make the playoffs their playground, right? Yeah.
True, they are playoffs. So 3-1 ED. That's what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the next match, which is East Kai. We have Cold versus Royals, which is Team Villain versus Team Villain, damn near.
What do you mean? Damn near?
True.
Just
Actually,
down,
yeah.
just
There are no
down.
good people in this match.
The closest person is Majin Vegeta, and he still wasn't that great of a good guy when he was Majin Vegeta.
He killed a lot of people in that
He did
arena.
commit, near
I think
genocide.
Zarbon's
Yeah.
the least evil.
No,
Like out of everyone on the thing, I think he is.
Yeah,
the least.
I mean,
in terms of actual game, maybe, but I'm pretty sure Zarbon is one of the most evil on that list because, I mean,
Oh yeah.
what do you mean? He's like the right hand of Frieza. Like, come on.
well,
he's
when the rest
like
of them are
the rest of them.
Frieza's family.
I think he's got less of a kill count as well. I'm saying.
I'd say
than
he's
most
the
of them.
less evil on your team, but out of the
Actually,
list, probably not.
No, Tambourine has the least kill count. I think he only
Okay, yeah,
killed
true. But I feel like Tambourine was a bit more. Maybe I'm
He was-
just misremembering. I feel like he's a bit more sadistic with the one he
And,
was
and,
doing.
and, and anyway.
No crack for Krillin.
Okay, predictions. I think Cold's gonna take this. That was my long form way. Cold's gonna take this. Ult spam for the win. Majin Vegeta, you gonna get death balled. It's not gonna be fun. That's my prediction. Destiny. What are you thinking?
Damn, it's either we got spam from Cold or spam from Royals. Either way, spam comes out on top.
I mean, do you want me to? I can reveal some stuff if you want me to. If that's gonna.
I didn't know
because
if you were
there's
ready. Yeah,
There's literally no one here that is Royals, so.
yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay, so Cooler is not on his regular attack build.
I thought
Cooler
you were
is
about to say
on-
Cooler's not in.
No, Cooler is on his Super Plus 2 build that we used against androids, well, with a few tweaks.
Ooh.
Because he kind of like struggled against Royals in the main season on his attack
True.
build. They're all spammers, so. Final form phrase is on Alt plus 1. So there you go. Those are your two little tidbits. Take with that what you will. And Mecha's not got Savior because Cooler has Savior. So.
Yeah, no, I imagine he would. Death ball. Supernova.
My brain is still trying to catch up. And I really thought you said Cooler just wasn't going to be in.
No. Cooler is
Rad
in.
is coming
He's on
in.
Super Plus 2, but he's in. He's in.
Wait, that means they don't have an attack 2 user.
No, we don't. No.
Smart, even though Majin Vegeta can still delete you in 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's part of the reason I did it.
I'm gonna have to say, really. Yo, it's playoffs. I can do this. Fuck you, Anthony. I'm going to say it can go either way.
Oh my god.
Also, it's
Yeah,
my
all right.
Also, honestly, my cast at this point.
His destiny wants to be special. We'll put a draw. We'll put
An
an extra
asterisk,
one.
an
Yeah,
asterisk.
maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Put a little 0.5 at the end of both of them. There you go.
Xmat, who do you got?
Well, obviously I'm biased, but I'm gonna go with myself, like Cole. I think I like to think that it's gonna be a smart play switching Cooler up and having the defense minus, because I really don't want that against Majin Vegeta, because that would be horrific in all aspects. So yeah, I'm hedging my bets on myself. Yeah, that's it. There's not too much else for me to say. So
Let's round us out, Zal. Who do you got?
Well, so I should be bitter, but I'm actually not bitter. So I'm gonna vote Royals. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not right. I actually think Cold is the better team. Unfortunately for Royals. I think that Cold is more rounded off. Mind you, if Majin Vegeta does that again, there's not much you can do to counter that. But
right.
I mean, as Xmat has said, he's brought up some strategies. There's some real thought going into this, and also, I just saw Majin Vegeta beat a toddler to death. So I
screw you, Majin Vegeta.
don't particularly want to root for him. So I'm gonna go for Cold this week.
Before we move on, I really want to say I want to see Margin Vegeta versus Frieza. That is something I want to see. Like no
I
matter
do
what,
too.
that would be good. I love that.
So I'm gonna say
just,
4
just
gold.
for Frieza to never ult and Majin Vegeta to do like a one combo, and he did.
I'm gonna wrap this up. We're gonna say 4-0 cold. Just cause.
No,
Just
Oh
cause.
God.
it's
That
3
fat
point.
happy.
It's
Take that-
it's
take that
3.5
fat
to
happy.
0.5.
It's 3.5 to
0.5 for
0.5.
Royals is so disrespectful. They might as well 0.5. I
Well,
have
yeah,
to
when
leave
I
you
did it, I
guys.
didn't. Yeah, but when I said it, I didn't think anyone else would vote for gold other than Xmat here.
Oh my god.
Well, I respect Royals, but obviously you gotta have faith in your own team. So.
Gotta
I mean, yes.
0.5 for Royals then.
Hey, it's
I've just been
hey,
on a big
better than nothing.
cold train this whole season, so like I'm gonna keep on being on it, I guess.
Same.
Alright, now we get on to the real slobber knocker here.
The next match, Hybrids versus Rugrats, West Kai. I'm going Hybrids. Team
Ruggies,
Go, Ultimate Gohan.
Rugrats, Ruggies, let's go.
Ruggies. I hope
Ruggies.
Coast listening to this. So
Ru-
Ruggies is your new
They're
nickname.
No, so we
The
got
Because they all
Ruggies
wear
and Huggies, let's
right?
go.
They're all BBs. They all wear Huggies. Ruggies.
Yeah.
So,
Ruggies.
so they're ruggies with hybrids.
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 They're dominant. That's what-
Hybrids. Just take the day off. It's fine.
Hybrids.
The halfies.
They're high bros, okay? Because they're all
Hi,
guys.
bro.
There's no
Oh,
girls on that
I
team.
mean, saying halfies is kind of disrespectful.
Oh, that is true, actually.
Halfies.
Halfies. Yeah.
We'll call
All
them
right, I'm going with
hybrids.
hybrids though. Hybrids are the stronger team in my opinion. Their highs are way too high. Nam is there. so
Don't use
maybe
that as a
they'll-
pun. Highs, the hybrids.
Their
Yeah.
highs are too high.
Yeah.
Nam is there, so he might, drag them down a little bit. But Ult and Teen are gonna be just fine, dealing with their
Or
counter.
Nam might not be there. They might have their whole fucking man.
Kid,
Oh,
go on. He's
Oh, you mean
coming
Gohan plus strong?
The half pint Hybe. Okay.
I guess. All right, Destiny. Since you think Kid is gonna be in, do you think hybrids are gonna win? Who do you think's
I mean,
winning?
I never said I think Kid's gonna be in. I'm just saying it's a possibility.
Well, give us your prediction.
I'm gonna have to go with hybrids.
Hybrids.
Okay. Okay.
But
You have any
Uh,
thoughts?
I'm really, it's like they've been dominant all season. The only time they really have been losing is it's really when they were just testing stuff.
True.
And even then, when they were testing stuff, they were still black cheeks.
We'll see if the playoffs make them any better or worse. I guess.
It's true.
I just want to say I beat them when they weren't testing, so yay me, I guess.
True.
Yay.
To be fair,
No,
when I beat them, they technically were testing something.
oh, the start with Team Go On. Maybe they'll do that this match. You never know.
Hey, oh, God.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Who do you have though, Xmat?
I've got Rugrats. Now, call me crazy. You can call me crazy however many times you want. Before, like, last week, I would have just said hybrids, but, like, it would have been close, but I would still think hybrids. Now that Aureli's working, Cell Jr. seems to be working, Frieza's been working all season because he was pretty much 50k average. Kid Trunks is, like, on a 50k average. Goten is. And I mean, yeah, the fact that Rayleigh is just now destroying, like in 2020, I don't know. I just think I think hybrids have a weak link in Nam. I look at Rugrats right now and I go, who's the weak link? Cell Jr. maybe? So, yeah.
His name's Frieza. He's a real weak link.
Freezer is not a weak link. Do never say that unless you're talking about second or third form. Then, you can say what you want. But
Honestly, it's either Cell Jr., Frieza, or Aureli.
But Aurelian Frieza, well, Aureli's picked up. Frieza's been doing well all season.
Well,
And Cell Jr.'s picked up in playoffs. They've changed his build.
I mean, yeah, it's it's hard to come by when Frieza has some cleanup performances, so Junior has some cleanup performances, and Aurelia has some cleanup performances.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Who do you have, Zal? Round us out.
The Ruggies and Huggies. I already said it.
Ruggies and Huggies. I love it.
It's actually because I think that it's true. Hybrids were dominant all season, and actually I really like hybrids. They're, I want to say, one of my favorite teams, I'd say. But I don't know. I'm just like looking at Rugrats' development over the season. It seems like, I guess like Xmat was saying, they've come a long way. Sometimes I'm a little bit iffy on Frieza. I'm not sure how. Like I know he's been consistent, but
That's heresy.
I'm just not sure. Like I know like Cell Junior's on a rise right now. I'm just not sure how long Frieza can maintain that plateau of 45, 50K.
Yeah, he's not as good as the other one.
But yeah, that's why I think Rugrats right now. I'm just I've got a lot of hope for him.
All right, the most even match, 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be close regardless, like whatever happens.
All right. And our last and final match, South Kai Androids versus Kaiju.
Despite you, I'm going with Kaiju straight away. No.
I was gonna say I don't think I have much to reveal. We're gonna use our same builds.
I'm not
We're gonna
despite
win.
you. I'm going 0.5 again. I'm kidding.
Oh man.
Can I ask? I don't know if you want to give this information away. Who are you starting?
Oh, 16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know if you're going to do the 17 tech again this time.
Nah, not the 17. That's for different
I will
folks.
say did have to go with my point earlier. I think Androids is a little too high of a bar for Kaiju. And I also think Kaiju's having PTSD of Cell beating the shit out of Nappa.
Well, it's not perfect Cell, so it's not perfect Cell. But
he still beat the shit out of Nappa in the divisional. What do you mean?
Nappa wasn't in the division.
Oh yeah,
Everybody,
he beat the shit out of Kaiju.
Besides Nappa, yes. Yeah.
And now there's
so maybe Nappa's his counter. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know. I'm still
What do
going
you
to
think,
say
Xmat?
Androids.
Oh, thanks. What do you say, Xmat?
Right, okay. For round one, I think Androids, because we're just talking about round one.
Just round
Yeah,
one.
round one.
Just round one. Because of the map is one of the big things, because Kaiju, I mean, how many B2s did Adult Gohan do? 10? And then how many did
10.
Nappa did, like 6?
6 or 8?
So, they can't do that on this map. Not with androids being in their face all the time as well.
Unless they
it's
tag double the amount.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the team that tags versus the team that doesn't. Okay, Androids don't tag.
That's why you transfer me,
hey.
but you do stick in faces and
Hey.
you do stop people doing stuff.
Hey, Androids tag. It's just not your entire team.
Yeah. So I think
there is
that's
an Android
gonna be
that tags on your team.
I think Cell going against Nappa, if that happens, is obviously going to be a terrible matchup anyway. So I just don't. I don't think they're going to win the first round. Second round, I can see, but first round, no. Androids, yeah. I'm going to go with Androids.
Who you guys are?
That's a difficult one.
No. You can tell. Oh.
No. All right.
I guess with the home map advantage, also just the strength of the team overall, and Anthony being right here, I'll say.
Oh, you can say Kaiju. I'm not gonna hate you. I'm not gonna hate. I'll think you're wrong, but I won't hate.
That third point was a joke. But
Yeah.
Seriously, with the strength of androids plus the water map, I'm gonna go androids, especially that the B2s were such a huge factor for Kaiju last week. Yeah, androids for sure this week, in my opinion. Next week I might be iffy. Like next week I might go swing either way, but
I think we're gonna beat them 2 in a row, but I agree it might be different. I don't know. We will see.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Oh wait, am I getting? Okay, never mind. I thought I was getting an Android correspondent. We were just confirming our lineup. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
I thought you were about to say something about script, and I was like, there is no script here. It's playoffs. There is no script. Throw it out the window.
Where's the script? I've lost the script.
I have a personal Android script, and it's saying we don't lose in the playoffs. We
But
win
that's- but
every
that's an
single
and-
match we're in.
But that's an
Anthony,
that's
Android
not
script.
so.
That's an Android script. It's not playoff script.
It's also not an accurate script because it's an Android script, not an accurate.
Really? We'll see.
Alright.
All right. So it's 4-0 Androids. Let's wrap this bad boy up, saying thank you guys for watching. This episode of the Capsule Cast is sponsored by Squarespace.
No, it's not.
Oh.
No.
I wish.
I'm pretty sure most people wish if we got sponsors.
No, but look down in the description for our Discord, website, Twitter, and TikTok. Make sure to join the Discord so you can join all these lovely teams such as Cold and GT. They love new members. They listen. They're great coaches. Trust. Comment down below. Everybody reads the comments. And, this was a great cast. I had a really fun time.
Been great. Thanks for making me blush. Thank you.
Just so everyone out there listens and remembers, this is the only other set of teams that can be eliminated and do testing, because after this we'll be moving on to the semifinals, where it won't be about Northwest, East, and South anymore. It will be whoever wins it all wins the crown.
Yep. So we'll see. And I've been your host Anthony with my co-host Destiny.
Yeah.
And our two special guests, Coach of Cold, Xmat.
Hello, goodbye.
and our very, very special guest, glad to have him on. It's rare to see him, Coach of GT, Zal.
Have a good night, and thank you for having me on.
Oh yeah, thanks for that.
Have a beautiful night. Bye, guys.
Bye guys. Also, don't forget, my Got Elite.